Hey guys, how's it going? It is May 7th, 2017, coming to the end of another awesome weekend. Even though the weather wasn't the greatest around here, it's actually cleared up now. Of course, as soon as well, hey, the dishwasher stopped. That's a good sign. But I was gonna say, it starts getting noisy everywhere else. That's usually the typical thing what happens when I go on these live streams. But anyways, I digress. It's 1:50 p.m. I am going to have a live stream tonight. Another live stream tonight. Probably gonna go back live at around 5:30. It's 1:50, as I said, in the east. Um, I'm gonna head out probably around, I think about 4. I'm doing pretty good with this whole. I got a completely full dishwasher right now, and I got this one little mini washer, so I think it's only been a week's worth. So I'm pretty happy about that because I'm really starting to cut the expenditures where I need to. Got my raise this week. I know where my budget stands. I know what I'm going to be making the next little while. I know what I have to do. So, but anyways, gonna go check in. I just been quickly seeing. I just posted a Facebook post on here about what I'm doing, just so anybody who is signed up with the RTS Facebook site knows that this is where you need to go. If you're not here, you're not going to get in. That's all I can say. I can't make it any clearer than that. And I've done my best to try and not make people. It's not about making people jump through hoops. It really isn't. It's about keeping my sanity, so that when I go in, people know what the hell they're doing. If they can't make the effort to make a few steps, I don't want them on my server. I know it sounds arrogant. I know it's coming across arrogant, but believe me, it's confidence, it's happiness. I'm happy opening the door for as many people who want to show up, but they got to be able to do the work. And this wasn't working right as of the last session. It is working perfectly now. So I'm going to show you this. We're listed on there. I haven't listed tomorrow night's session yet. I'll probably post that sometime this afternoon, but I won't have the train list. The beautiful thing about this is eventually, because we run in 4-hour sets, and I'm probably not going to change that, by the time I come around to, we're at a simulation Monday right now, by the time I come around to a Tuesday, I'll be able to reuse the old trains because I still have them in there. So right now I'm not logged in. Like everything right here, if I just click on it, this is what you see if you don't log in. You're basically seeing what's set up, and it tells you right at the top. Note: before anyone signs up for this session, please refer to the following document. That is, I'll right mouse click and open link into the new tab to show you what that's all about. I think I've done this before. It will change from time to time. The last one I did was Thursday, May the 4th. Were items 1 to 3, which is right up here. Date of last change. Sorry, I'm damn mouse. You know what I'm. If you've followed my videos, you know my mouse sucks. 1, 2, and 3 registering using Run8 servers, sign up, bids, and check in. That all has to be done prior to the session. If I don't see it, you're not in. I might. If it's not too busy and as long as it's not bothering me too much, I might let things slide. But you must sign in. You will get an email if you've signed up, I believe, the day of. So I try to put these ahead of, at least a day ahead of when the session's going to come. Sunday and Monday is kind of a whirlwind because I'm just getting off my weekend. My son's home now. The weather's a little bit better than I expected today, so that's kind of putting a little bit of a added stress level on me. But there's other things coming, and this video is just so that you know what you're looking for here. So you go to Run8 servers, which clicks you right to here. It tells you everything you need to know in this document. You could get a Wikia membership and go on the forums. You don't need to do that. I recommend you do, but you don't need to do that part. And it says in here that there'll be more information available as long as you are checking this out. When it changes, you need to know that, and it basically tells you that you must be There's ability to sign up for multiple assignments. I think if you put yourself an extra board now too, you can do that as well. That seems to be working now. It wasn't. It is now. I'll show you what I mean by that in a moment here. So let me get out of the Wikia. You don't need to. That's all you need to know. You need to know that the procedures. So if you've been on recently and the procedures haven't changed, don't worry about it. And I will tell you when the last procedure changed. I'm going to copy and create a template of sorts. Wow, it's starting to get really nice out. Well, I'm going to go out in 2 hours, but for the next 2 hours, you want to hang around with me while I set things up, be my guest. But here's what I want to show you about as far as if you haven't logged in, you can sign up. You can view the bid board. Now you can see right now the Yardmaster, Selkirk Yardmaster, or Selkirk Mohawk and Yardmaster, which is me. It's all one position, dispatcher. That will be me for some time to come until I have some of the automated systems in, and then I have some what I call core users that are in to come in. And I do have at least Chris is an admin who seems to be running a lot of sessions with me, so that he's probably going to be one of those likely candidates if he wants to take that on at some point. And then I'll run some trains or something, but that's fine. I mean, he's been around long enough as a trusted admin. So, and others. I mean, you know, I have others who are becoming more common, and they'll be offered positions down the road as well. For now, I'm still in the process of trying to figure things out myself. There's a lot of work that needs to be done in the background still. This is complicating things, trying to get a flow of system of automation. This is a lifesaver for me. It's a time saver for me. It's a time saver for everybody too, because then you're in here. You know what's available. You know what positions. You can take a look at what's running. I go through the trouble of posting every position, every work order. It's all here. Everything you need to know is there. And if you don't know something and you see this up there, then you go on the Wikia and you post a message and saying, what does this mean? That's all you do. It's that simple. Eventually I'll have every train position on the Wiki as well. I don't have that right now. I just don't have the time. I just want this takes enough just to get this to enough people. And this was set up earlier last week. The Monday one, the turnaround's going to be the tough part. So this is where it gets really busy for me between now and the end of Monday. Then it calms down again because then it's every other day. There's a Wednesday session, which will be the next session after Monday, and then you know, I got my Tuesdays and Thursdays available to set up for the next sessions. And it's starting at 6 p.m. Eastern tonight as opposed to 7 p.m. and that's also to give me a bit of a window at the end of the night to do this. If you want to see what the world time is, you can just hover over the globe and it tells you what it is. GMT and all the U.S. or North American time zones are also shown. So that's the view board. The projected trains basically tells you the same thing. It's more of a text and blah blah blah. So if I wanted to go into log in, then I just go in here and I click on my name. I don't know why it doesn't remember me. Maybe I didn't click that on there, but I'm going to say remember me. Alright, so I'll save that password. And I don't see the sign-in thing for myself yet. Well, maybe I have to go into the upcoming sessions. So maybe I have to click onto it for a moment. So let me do that. Oh, session sign-ups. There we go. So I'm a dispatcher. I didn't get an email this morning too, but that's okay. I think everybody will get an email. On the day of, you'll get this check-in box right here. So I'm going to check myself in, and I'm now checked in. Do that on the day of the session. That just lets me know that, yeah, you are coming, you know, something hasn't come up or whatever. It's very appreciative because then I know, you know, even if you're a little bit late, I can be a little bit lenient and see what happens. Change that from preferences, I don't care. I don't need to place a bid. My assignment is in. Oh, I checked in for one, I didn't check in for the other. Is that how it went? Well, I'll check in for that. Oh, that's because I checked in for multiple. You checked in. You checked in. See, what I did was I Selkirk, Mohawk, and Yardmaster, Dispatcher. I don't know why it's got a bunch of them here. Cancel bid position. I think there's, I don't know what that is. I'm signed up for a few things. I'll show you what it looks like in a minute. That's the position I'm at, is Dispatcher. I think I'm signed up. Oh, session preference, extra board session preference, Yardmaster. What that did, you don't need to do that anymore. You can put yourself in as extra board, but if you're interested in doing more than just one thing, like say you want to do yard or mainline, you can do that, or you can just put yourself in the extra board if you want. You can sign up for a particular train as well. I'm going to go into the user list. I'll show you what's going on here. So, so he's looking for Humper Auto Rack, which is great. He just has to sign in prior to when he comes in. We're the only guys that are in at the moment. Chris isn't in. I thought Chris was in for some reason, but I guess it was just Jerry. Maybe Chris isn't around tonight. So here's another thing too I want to just mention too. Sundays have not been a very busy time for me. I put it an hour earlier. Sundays people are busy doing their own things. For me, it frees up Sunday afternoon. Like Fridays is very busy for me. I can't do anything on Friday and Saturdays. It's just way too busy. I got too much stuff going on with my son. The occasional Sundays I will not be running because of trips, etc. That'll change as well. But for now, you know, I'll be around on Sundays, and I'll continue to do these Sunday sessions as well. Even if it's just me and another person, I don't mind that at all. And I did this, I believe. This was so that I believe Jerry's from overseas as well. That gives him an hour earlier. I could even possibly go a little bit earlier, but I'll see. If it's just me and him, and it helps him and it helps other fellow members from the UK, I'll do that. I'll bend over for that, especially if there's nobody coming in the evening, anyways. And I'm not going that late on a Sunday night with work the next day for me. So. But that's where it'll go green. This is what I see. You guys won't see this. I think it might go green on your end. I'm not sure. But that's about it. There's nobody else that is signed up, which is, you know, it is what it is. Calendar will show you everything, including other people's sessions. I thought we had others going on in here. Well, that's a session calendar. I don't know what that means. Is that just our session? Nope, there's other sessions. So there's another one in June. We had a session on there, it got taken off or something. Hopefully more people use this for their own servers. I really, really hope. I hope this stays because I like it. It is a very nice system. It's very much appreciated from myself. You know, makes it a lot easier for my members. Let me go into manage sessions and I'll show you. Yeah, I'm gonna go. No, I'll go into session ops. So what it's done is because I've signed in, and I think Jerry's an extra board. So what happens is Jerry is available for every possibility. I've only gone green on the ones that I've wanted. Now I could have gone in extra board. I probably wouldn't. Instead, I decided to stick with. Why am I in work trains? There's nothing available. I didn't put myself into an extra. That's okay. I don't care. I mean, it means anybody's available, I guess, for it or whatever. Whoever's a user can do it. But let me just check here. I'm trying to think of what I really need. See, he's open for anything, so I can, as basically Yardmaster, I can go ahead and I can assign this. If I go to click assign, then I can select the user and I can put Jerry to that. I'm not going to do that just yet because there may be somebody who comes in later this afternoon who really wants it. But I can prioritize basically what, if somebody's just open to whatever's needed, then I can go off and I can basically assign them to whatever else, or they can pick and choose whatever they like, whatever works for them. But if I need something else, this is a lot of common questions I got. What is needed? A lot of people will come into the chat and they will say, well, what do you need to be run? And this is where I'm going to communicate that, because what I will do is if I see somebody available, I'll assign them if it's really needed. If it's something AI, it's not as needed. These ones right here are not AI. So if I see somebody who's available as a yard master or crew or you know is willing to do that, now I can assign them, and if they say would you be able to take me off of that, I'll do that. I can remove, like, I won't do it because it'll screw I think it would screw somebody up. Let me see if I'll put myself as one of them. Dispatcher. Am I in the, yeah, I'm in the yard master position. It doesn't say I'm available as a yard master, which is interesting. I don't know. It put me down for MOW, but it put me as available for just 2. Maybe I was an extra board? I don't know. No, I'm the extra board's down there. Huh. It put me into local trains too, which is interesting, but I don't know. I don't know why it did it. It just did. So let me see if I can put myself in there for a second. If I was to put myself, like, say for example, I know I'm the only one starting up and Jerry's not around. In fact, it may come down to just, if it's just the two of us, I'll ask him which one he wants. I'll go into chat and I'll ask him which one he wants, and then I'll assign it. If I see somebody else that's in there who wants the hump, then I can be specific and give it to them. So as long as these are open, these are actual positions people can bid on, and it will assign it to you. It'll give it to you. And then I have to decide whether or not a user, you know, can handle it. And I'll watch, you know, as long as I feel they're fine. And you know, I was laughing at Jerry last session. He was going like 50 miles an hour towards the hump, and he had to hit the brake because he lost control because he was using the speed control, which normally works in most humps, but this one has a bowl. It has a bowl before the hump, so you start going out of control before you come up to the hump. You got to really use the independent brake and I usually stay below 10 miles an hour in the yard and full Indy. It could usually use actually a third engine in the hump, to be quite honest. It's very difficult with 2 engines, but that's something that I'm used to in other places. This bowl is a little bit more trickier for that. But let me put myself into the auto facility for right now. I think I can assign myself. Yes, I can. See, I'm on extra board. That basically explains that one. So if I submit this, it's thinking. User has been assigned. Okay. So it still has me. It still has me as the dispatcher as well, so I can do multiple positions. I can dispatch and do something just like other people can as well. So this allows me to spawn trains, do other things while I run this. Now the key to this, and this is another thing I want people to understand. I really want to get the industries going in this, like really. But the auto facility, there was really no takers last session. And that the auto facility is key to Selkirk, because what happens is there's so much auto traffic that comes in and out of Selkirk. So it's an integral part of most of the trains that actually come in and out of Selkirk. So it is a major industry in the area. Now there is a lot of other major industries. The problem with that is I can't find enough crews, or I I can't get to a point where I feel comfortable enough, especially you look on a Sunday today. I want to run on a Sunday. So if I want to personally run on a Sunday, I need to know I have a lot of people available. Not just, it's great that Jerry's interested and hopefully others will be interested as well. But I need to have enough key people in positions in order to warrant them, because there's a lot of people's like, well, I want to run trim and I want to run this and I want to run that. Well, that's great that you want to run it. But then there's the reality of, well, if trains need to be built, we need a hump operator. If we need somebody who's going to build the trains, which is a little different. It's not as integral. It's like the trim because you're actually building it, but you're not just picking the cars you think need to be taken out of the hump. You're picking the cars that I assign. I'll let you know which ones are ready to be built, and then you go ahead, because we actually need that. We're going to need a hostler is going to be needed tonight. There's at least 2 trains coming up that's going to need departures pretty soon, and I'm going to need to build those. I can show you what they are just by looking at them. So I'm looking at, okay, here they are right here. So within an hour at 7:15 Eastern, there is a CS, and then 45 minutes later there's 2 others. So I've got 3. I think I have 2 ready to go right now. So there's going to be 3 outbounds tonight if all goes well. At the same time, I got to get the auto facility going because cars have to get in there, and they need 4 cars of unloading because I have trains that need to take empties out tonight. Back towards Detroit and other places. I believe there's some out by Boston. I think there's an auto facility, or maybe it's an import facility. I don't know what it is, but there's something out that way. So anyways, I'm going to remove myself now. So I can do that too. Just like that. By a click, I can remove anybody who has an assignment. I can't explain to people why they've been removed. Either I know them privately that I can get back to them and say, well, sorry about that. I don't know why it doesn't show all the available for me because I'm in there as well, but that's okay. Maybe it's because I'm assigned to one. I don't know. So yeah, that's about it for that. It's pretty straightforward. There's nothing fancy about that. But this is a system that will allow me to go ahead and when I go to manage the sessions. Actually, I'll create a new one right now. I don't know if this will. I better be careful about doing this. Can I post a session without getting myself into trouble? I think I can. Let me just check my IP as well. I wanna double check this for a minute. I want to make sure that my IP hasn't changed overnight. So we go to what is my IP, and that looks like it's the same one, 53.58.231. If I edit the session, 53.58.231. Okay. So then I go into, nope, I want to get out of that. I go to post a session. Then I paste the IP address. And then I go RTS the Selkirk Project. And what I will do is I will put in the time of day, because that's what's going to start happening now. We're going, I think, yeah, we're running from 8 to noon today. Yes. Had to think about that for a minute. So this is So this is the 12 to 1600 trick. And this is going to become a standard. You're going to start seeing this in all of them. I'm not going to put the day of the week. I'm not going to put anything else. That's what I'm going to do this, because I'll show you why in a moment. So version 2 Southern California, no it isn't. Version 2 Northeast, no voice chat. Is voice chat required? No. No voice servers. Our texture is okay, yes. The start date for this will be tomorrow. Done. Time zone Eastern. Make session if set to no, session will not be listed on the home page. I'll keep it yes. Allow users to sign up. Yes. Show bid board on listing. No. Session details. Details TBA. Standard 4-hour session for Monday nights. Almost screwed that up. TBA. So you see this inactive or past sessions right there, okay? Basically, I'm going to set up the next 6. So you can do that. If you're running a server and you're trying to give enough advance notice for people. So I've got a Sunday, a Monday. I'm going to go for a Wednesday next. I'll paste that again. This is going to be the 1600. I think it's going to be the 16. It's going to be 4 o'clock already? Wow. These will all become interchangeable, and I'll show you what I mean by that. I never mind. I don't need the port. I couldn't care less about the port. You guys should know it's just a standard port. None is voice chat. No, it's not preferred. Okay, so now we go into the Wednesday. Time zone Eastern. It's an active session. Allow users to sign up. Yes. Standard Wednesday night. Standard 4. I'm just gonna say standard 4-hour session. $1,600. So as you can see, now my sessions are starting to build up to when I normally like to run them. I think it's supposed to rain next Sunday, but that's going to change between here and then. For now, I'm going to try another 6 p.m. This one is going to be the that'll be the following Wednesday. I'll change this around as well, but where it says inactive or past sessions, this will change. I'll show you what I mean by that. So Sunday, Monday, Wednesday, post a session. I think we're at a 2000 to 00 sim trick. We're back all the way down to next Sunday, the 14th. Done. Allow users to sign up, yes. Show bid board, no. Standard 4-hour session, no. To be announced. Standard 4-hour session. 2000 to 0000 trick. And then projected trains to be announced. And then I'll go Monday, May 15th. Oh, 0400 to 0800 sim trick. And you'll see where this is all going to in a minute. And I'll show you why. This takes a while to set up, but you can use this to your advantage, especially if you use the scheduled system. This will become very easy, and they've got it set up this way, and it's perfect. The days of the week and the frequencies change, so you gotta double check those. But voice chat, no. Our texture's okay, yes. Where are we at? We're at the 15th now. At 7 p.m. I'll allow users to sign up. And once again, to be announced. If set to no, bid board will be hidden. Set it to no. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Session. Well, if the bid board's hidden, then I don't care. To be announced. Standard 4-hour session. Am I doing the 04 or is this a 000? This is a 000, I think. I could be wrong on that one. I'm getting behind here. To be announced. I'll just put that. Well, that's a 4 to 8. That's what I thought. Ah, crap. Okay. Yeah, we just did an 8 to 12, didn't? Or I'm confused. I'll take a look in a minute. Okay, I should have 6 in here now, rotating. Perfect. So, if I go to the home page now, see there's the 1200, there's the 1600, there's the 2000. No, I screwed that up. That's supposed to be the 00 and then the 4. I don't want to do that. I gotta edit that. I screwed that one up. Okay. Well, that's 20 to 0. Let's see where we're at. I don't care about the Monday part. Is that where we're at tonight? I kind of like how that looks. I like that. That's where we're at tonight, aren't we? Okay. Then we got everything. Submit changes. So we're 8 to noon tonight. That's right. Okay. $1,600 to $2,000 trick. Ah, that's the one. Okay. So that's a 0-4 trick right there. So if you this is just my example. If you like using 4-hour sessions and you want it to continue on and basically eventually come around to repeat itself, if you're continuing the session, that is saving it and then continuing it again, then you get over to here. And now I forget what time that would be. That would be the 0400 to 0800 trick. So now what happens is I go to the details. I'm going to show what I do is I take the bid board off now. I make this session active. I change this from May 3rd to May 17th. Bid board is off. Details. Can I edit that? I should be able to. I am editing it. Why couldn't I change it? It didn't want me to hit return. Oh, I'm up there. Oops. I just didn't see that part. Okay. So I took the show bid board off, even though all that stuff, I don't want to go through all that right now. And what's happening is the projected trains. Now I go over here and I go to be announced. Oops. To be announced details from previous session to be changed to reflect upcoming positions. Now it's active. So now I go in. I've got everything set the way I want it. And for those that aren't posting sessions, well, you know, come on aboard. I mean, there's one in June. It shouldn't be. I don't want this just to be flooded by me. Honestly, I don't. But I'm going to be doing this on a regular basis where I schedule 2 weeks in advance, because I know I run 3 times a week. There's going to be times where I'm going to want to go away. There's going to be time, and it's coming up. May I usually go away. It's not happening this May. In fact, we're getting close to Memorial Day down here. For you guys, we get a holiday. I'm going to be around, and then there's the Memorial Day holiday, which I also should be around. Now, come the July 4th weekend, I'll be on a train out west. A real train. Going across west to Vancouver. Eventually to Vancouver Island. I will be gone for over 2 weeks at this point. So that is where there will be a huge gap, and then I'll start updating the schedule that I anticipate when I come back. So we got another session for June the 12th. We have everything else. I'm just making sure it all says version Northeast. Start time. That's wrong. Okay, I gotta change that. I gotta change that one. Manage sessions. Which one was that? The 14th? I think I screwed that one up. What happened was the start time was screwed up because I didn't. I'll go with a 6 p.m. But I figure stuff like that will happen. So I'm going to submit that change. There we go. So now when I go back to the home page, I'm looking at, I see the 800 RTS, the Selkirk Project. Is that what I'm calling it? Is that why it didn't show up? I wonder. Could be. Maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll manage those sessions and see what happens. I'll just put it in there. Just to make it all. And this is what you guys can do too. You know, you can do this for your own sessions. The more active you make it, the more. And I'm not saying making it active is going to make any difference in how many people show up or anything really. Yeah, that's RTS. I'm just putting the symbols in there just to make sure that, I mean, it says it there, but it doesn't necessarily. It says it's hosted by RTS. That's just to make sure people know that, yeah, it is RTS. And yeah, you can come on it. I don't mind people coming on. I just want people to set up. RTS, the third one is okay. Okay. I think that was the fourth. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm sure issues will happen, whether it be issues on other people's ends, whether it be issues on my end. I'll probably do a reboot before I head out tonight. Just to make sure everything. Wow, it's 2:34. I better get some trains ready soon here. I got my sessions ready, I just have to. Okay, so RTS, the Selkirk Project, 8 a.m. See, I can see where it stops, so that's perfect. 12, 16, 20. You see what I mean? It's progressing. it's progressing as the schedule moves on. Plus, I have my schedule start trains, version 2 Northeast 677, 677. Everything's to be announced. And I go into manage sessions. I take a look at the session. Once again, the session ops. I'm available. Crew signed in. Well, I'm doing this live stream. You guys interested in this? Just go to this and sign up. And there's going to be a lot of trains tonight. 3 of them are on already. If you and the beauty thing about this is, here's another thing too. These 3 trains, I think 2 of them still had people on them last time. If you want to continue where you left off at the start of a session, the way you have to work that out is you have to sign up for the next session, and when you sign up, in your notes, that special request, you have to say, even if the bid board is not up, would like to continue with train TOMT or whatever. If I see that, I will definitely, as soon as I make this active, I will, and it is, this one's active. This one's been active for 2 days, and we haven't had too much going on. I'll assign you. It's as simple as that. I will assign you. I don't care if you're available, whatever. I will put you in. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt that you'll be there, and it'll be your train to continue. I will not be doing more than 4-hour sessions. Even on special days, I'm just going to do 4-hour sessions. I got enough sessions I'm running a week. 12 hours a week, that's plenty. I don't need to run any more than that to, make myself feel like I'm getting something accomplished or whatever. Okay, so that'll refresh itself in a few minutes. I'm just going to go back to see what users. I don't think that's going to matter anyways. User list. So yeah, I put those in there as testing. I've signed into all of them. Blah blah blah. Another test. So I'm available for basically those to pop myself in and out. And like I said, if it's just going to be the 2 of us tonight, I will. If it's just the 2 of us, I'll ask him, do you prefer to do hump or auto rack? If he says auto rack, I'll do the hump. I'm just trying to think here. Let me just take a look at those trains to find out, because it actually matters. If I go into the home here, and I'll just go into the actual session itself. Let me view the bid board here. Well, I have to start this train off in Albany at 6:15. So I don't know. I have time to hump, but it'll have to be after. See, the difference is, if I'm running a switcher, I can relinquish it and then go spawn something and do whatever. So he's starting in Albany. Everything else then, and this is the key. I want people to understand why. This is the actual mainline trains and the switching and the hump that I have set up so far. It is still a work in progress for me to add more stuff. However, I'm not going to add in all these beautiful, and I do mean beautiful, local industries if there's not enough human people to come on a regular basis that I feel it's viable. If I'm twiddling my thumbs and there's enough people working Selkirk and we got Selkirk under control, then I will gladly start adding in the locals. As long as I know it's got to be viable and operational. I can't. If you lose a key person, okay, I'll give you an example. We had a key person one time, okay, and I've used this example before. He was a former admin. This is going to probably give it away right away because it's, but he was a former admin of RTS, and he had all kinds of hours to run, and he Basically, he wanted to dispatch, but he did other, you know, he was a team player too. He did a lot of other things. Eventually, you know, there was a misunderstanding or whatever it was, and it wasn't for him anymore, and he left. It just, you know, he couldn't take it. It was just too much for him. And I certainly didn't want him to go as much as he might think I wanted him to go, because it left this huge hole in a, you know, when you have somebody who is able to do all that much suddenly disappear, it just makes a huge void that you have to fill. And then all that does is it creates more admin headaches for the administrators who have to keep things going. And towards the end, we were Tom was carrying. Yeah, Tom's got something coming too. Believe me, he's got something coming for Southern California. For those that miss Southern California, he's got something coming. Hopefully I'm not going to be as active as I once was. I can tell you that right now. This is my baby now. But I do miss Southern California, to say the least. And I will be interested in running Southern Cal, just like I'm interested in running Florida. I'm very interested. One thing I'll tell you this much. As much as I'm not probably going to buy the 2 California extensions, I might buy the Florida extension, but honestly, I got to be careful with that, because what's going to make me interested in doing it is not areas that I can just run single player. What's going to make me interested in doing this is seeing something in here or in here that catches my interest. The reason why I don't have a 24-hour session up is because of AI. I don't need to run a 24-hour session. 24-hour sessions were a gimmick that I created. Make no mistake about it, I created it. And yeah, I'll taunt it, because people can take their own credit for certain things. I've never had the biggest amount of numbers. I've never had blah, blah, blah. You know, you name it. I've never been the most user-friendly. I mean, you can say a whole whack of things that I've never been. One of the things that I was the first 24/7. I was the first server to ever go up. Now, and I'm top on the list for some reason over here. This changes, by the way. If you refresh this, watch this. This is pretty cool, actually. This is what I think. Hello. Why isn't it working? There we go. Okay, I'm down to number 2. So, I don't know why. Normally it just does it all the time, but it must like me or something. Maybe it's because I doubt it. It just happened that way. But so what was I saying? That kind of distracted my brain, my feeble brain. Yeah. Well, anyways, whatever I was thinking, I'm not going to worry about it. But I'll just try to ramble on and try to collect myself with that one. So you've got all these potential things out there. I need to find something. And okay, I was saying 24/7 is a gimmick. Okay, it was a gimmick. And all it was for was to attract as many people as we could at various times, to please as many people from around the world as we could. I believe somewhere in here, maybe not here, but I have heard there is something overseas again. I don't see it here. I don't know. I haven't investigated 24/7 servers. Here's what's going to sell me. My time is now very limited because I'm pushing Florida to the max. So I'll give you a real quick. I've done this before for people. I'll do this real quick, and then I'm gonna grab a drink and cereal bar and try to get on through for the last hour of trying to get some of these trains together for tonight. So my time works like this. My week starts about an hour or so ago, before I came on here, and I was dropped off my son at 1 p.m. and headed back here. and I see a really nice sunny day outside, I can guarantee you, I'm taking advantage of that now because it's getting a lot sunnier. And at 4 o'clock, I'm out of here. I'm going for a walk for an hour. I will stop back, grab some groceries, or sorry, grab I need some medication that I have to pick up at 4. I'll grab that. I might grab a few groceries. I'll come back here, cook myself some craft dinner. Yes, I'm cooking craft dinner again. My dishwasher's going. That's why I need dishes. I need to buy more dishes actually because I'm doing a lot more. And that's not home cooking. It's just better than fast food. As crappy as craft dinner is, I mean, I bought this special box and it was just like, man. But anyways, I'm getting on with this. I try to make myself available here as much as possible. So what I do is on Sundays when the weather isn't so great, I'm usually here doing things. The only reason why I set things up for today so much was because I knew the weather had been crappy. This is the first sunshine I have seen in days here. We've had the Northeast, you guys anywhere around the Northeast, North America, knows what's happening. Lake Ontario is flooded. Everything from I shouldn't say everything, but anything that's in a watershed right now, whether it be the Mississippi River all the way to St. Louis, all the way through many Midwest states. Not so bad in Superior, I heard, but as you get down, even Lake Erie's not too bad. But the other lakes, especially Lake Ontario, it is. And I noticed this. I saw the hydro canals in Niagara a few weeks ago, and I'm thinking, man, I've never seen the water that high because it was over the cement cast. It was actually up on the ground. I'm thinking, what the hell? Why, is this normal for spring runoff? Because I've seen there's a lot of rivers that go very high and flood, like the Grand River not too far from me. I've seen that in the spring, but I've never seen the hydro canal do this. And I'm thinking, man, what's going on? And then I heard, Port Dalhousie and St. Catharines here, and the beach is flooded, and I'm like, what the hell? And Lake Ontario's 2 feet above normal. At least it was a few days ago before all this rain came in again. I'm like, oh man. So we've seen a lot. My basement's had a few hits, but not too bad. It's dried this last storm. Anyways, so my Sundays are a lot of it's weather dependent. I checked the forecast ahead of time. It lied today. It's a lot better than it was because it said the rain was going to last through today. And then I'm going to go out at 4 o'clock. No matter what trains I have set up, even if I have to stay up a little later tonight, I'm starting at 6 Eastern. I'm going to run to 10. I'll set up everything to get it go tonight, and then 10 Eastern, I have that time to hopefully get the trains into the system. If I don't have it in tonight, I'll have it in tomorrow. Hopefully by tomorrow afternoon, I'll have all the trains set up. This is where all the work is going to be. So this is the very busy time. It's busy time for number one. I'm trying to clear my head. I have free time to do things, but I'm trying to make sure, I'm resetting myself, and I'm also taking advantage of whatever time I have alone, which is going out and enjoying the outdoors and getting the hell out of the house because a lot of times, my son and I don't get out enough. We go traveling and all that, but we don't get out enough. So, and we didn't this weekend. But yeah, hell, he was playing bubble soccer or some crazy thing on some birthday party, and we were in this big giant indoor soccer place. I'm like, whoa, this place was great. And what was cool about it was I got some exercise because I didn't do it. I was bored. He was doing his thing. I was out on this big soccer field, so I saw there was some extra soccer balls around. I just started kicking it against the wall, like I did when I was a kid. And man, I was getting a good workout for a while. I'd kick it, I'd go chase the ball, I'd go get it, and just kick it against the wall. Perfect exercise. I told my son, I said, you see, this is what we did when we were kids. We didn't have video games. We didn't have simulators. We didn't have these cool things that are very, 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 very addictive. Transport Fever, we're in the year 2037 now in our one metropolitan empire, and we got Excelas all over the damn place and high-speed lines. Oh my God, that's fun. That's addictive, and we're still having fun with that. So but it is this. That's different. This isn't. I'm still very much addicted to Run8 as well. it's a different type of addiction. So I got to get over that hump, and then realize, okay, that's that kind of fun, building and just running and seeing all the cool eye candy. This is a simulate. This is a true train simulation. So anyways, as I was saying, Sundays. That's my Sundays. That's it in a nutshell. My Mondays. Mondays I have some extra time because I'm not with my son, which means that's when I run a session. So I have my little bit of setup time, maybe a little bit of groceries after I get home from work. That does that. So my Mondays are done. Tuesdays I do have some time, but again, I'm also setting up for the session on Wednesday. So what can happen, and this is why I mention other servers, if something attracts my attention where I know that there's dispatchers. Number one, I'm not looking to switch trains. I'll tell you that right. I'll tell you that damn true. And I'm probably not even looking to dispatch. All I'm looking for is to run a train and have a bunch of dispatchers tell me what to do and not be forced to use TeamSpeak or anything else. I want to be able to text. I want to be able to just enjoy myself, yap with you guys if I want to live stream, and just enjoy what Run 8 should be. And I want to do it for maybe an hour or two, and that's it. Just, because that's all I'm going to have. I'm going to see my son on a Tuesday. He's going to be off. I'll be back home by about 8:30. I got 2 to 3 hours to kill. I don't have enough time to do a session. I got stuff to do in between sessions for my Wednesday session. Hopefully, what I just set up just now and the copying and pasting and creating 6 sessions, a 6-session cycle for a 24-hour period allows me to easily move stuff over, and I'm doing other things. So what I'm doing is I'm taking advantage. And I know there's a lot of servers here. Don't get me wrong. I haven't checked them all. I just want to know, and this is why I stay away from 24/7 for the most part. I want somebody who I know I can count on is going to dispatch. I don't want to just run on a session for the sake of running a train. That's what we did in version 1. It's not for me anymore. And the only way I'm going to know that there are people that are running is that I come across a YouTube, that I come across some posts, that somebody recommends something to me. So you guys can post all you want on my Wikia. Let me know. Let me know that you're running these things. If you're not, that's okay. I got my server. I got my world. I'll do my thing, and hopefully, California's coming. And those are the nights he used to run, was on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So hopefully when California comes along, boom, I will have my 2 hours of fun, and it'll be, just like old times. And I'll do that. I'll do that as long as I have it. So that'll keep my Tuesday busy. My Wednesday's back on another session. Thursdays, kind of the same thing as of a Tuesday. And then Friday, I got 2 hours. I don't have any time to do any sessions. I might be able to do some groceries, get some things, and then I'm seeing my son, and then the whole thing starts over again. And this is a rinse, repeat process. So anyways, it's 2:52 p.m. I wanted to show you that. I'm just going to check in the managed sessions one more time to see my sesh ops. If anything has changed since I've been yapping here, and nope. Nobody else is interested in coming on, huh? Am I live? I am live, am I? People, you're out there, aren't you? Yeah, I'm streaming. I'm live. Okay. That's cool. I just want to make sure. And that's, like I said, it's no big deal. The whole part of this is to make sure it's not too big so that I can continue to run the key trains, dispatch, do whatever I want. It makes it fun for me, as just like a modified single player. I encourage other people to try this, to do this in their own little worlds, do their thing. You can post your sessions up, and hey, if you're dispatching on a different night, like a Tuesday or whatever, and I notice that you have a session, and like you're doing a section of California, or you're doing something that I can see it being fun. It's got to be fun. It can't be just running trains. And I mean, a lot of times these trains are not as fun either because there's hardly any interaction. So, but hopefully I change that too. I'm going to make sure it's as fun as I can make it, but we'll see. So anyways, do I want to close that off? Oh yeah, that's my Facebook. Anything else new? I got a comment. Okay. Say what? If you are the website, what the hell is this? If you are the webmaster of this site, please log into. You will be the exact reason for this error there. Common reasons this error are incorrect file directory permissions below 644. In order for files to be read by the web server, the permissions have to be equal or above 644. You can update file permissions. What the hell is that? Forbidden 403 error. Well, guess what? I don't get forbidden. But anyways, Apache? I don't know what the hell that is. Hang on a second. Okay. So that's interesting. Some people are getting errors, so that's cool. It's not cool, but that's okay. I've seen there have been some errors. This is fairly new. Some people are getting particular errors. I was getting not a forbidden. I was getting something else for a little while there, but it seems to be fine. It looks good. So yeah, we look in the calendar here, and there's my, for the month of May, and then June I don't have anything yet, and then I will start cycling these. As this one goes, you'll see the 21st. Just I'll tell you real quickly what's going on here. Oh, that's May. Wow, we're still in May. Okay. Sometimes I think, wow, we're in May already? And then I think, wow. When we come into June, this is when I'm going away. That'll be my last session, the 28th, before I go away for at least 2 weeks. So I may not be back in till at least 2 weeks from the 28th, I think. Maybe not. No. It could be close to 3 weeks from then. Yeah, crazy stuff. But yeah, I thought I'd mention that. Okay, so I'll leave the home page up for now. I'll just leave that in the open. What does this mean? Okay. Get the heck out of there. I don't want to be on Facebook anymore. Okay, nothing else is happening on that. So I'll get out of that. I'll leave the sessions open so I can see what's going on later on. Okay, so it's 3 Eastern. I got 1 hour. My throat is getting dry. I am going to go ahead and I'm going to load up what Selkirk looks like on today live. It's beautiful outside. I want to get the hell outside. Never mind these trains. But anyways, we'll try. Yeah. Select scenario. We'll go with extra board, just like that for now. I definitely have some things that I want to try out tonight as well. So I say we're going to be here for another hour. I'm going to just pop this up while I grab myself a drink and whatever. I'll reset that to system time. The clouds change. Very nice. Apply. No storms. Just a nice sunny day. Kind of looks like, wow, 88 degrees? Really? Well, that's a warm way out. Okay. Yeah, we'll just we'll look at that. I don't know if the clouds will move around, but whatever. So, yeah, just past 3:01. I gotta change my clock again. I gotta add 1 minute to it. But anyways, I'll be back in a few minutes, and then I will set up the trains for tonight's session. Make sure they're all set up, and I've already set up the bid boards, so that's just a matter of me setting those up, and then maybe I'll have time to set up tomorrow's, but we'll see about that. So, anyways, I'll be back. Alrighty, here we go. So, forgot to get granola bars, and the place I'm going to doesn't have them. I don't think, which kind of sucks. I'm trying to go cheap, but I'm also trying to go. These are like bulk granola bars, no name, rich and chewy chocolate chip. President's Choice is the Canadian no name brand. You can get a whole whack of these. I'd like to snack on one, and then, like for mornings for breakfast, I have two of them, and then at night I'll have two of them because I tend to be a little hungrier in the night for some reason. But you know, okay. I'll try not to yap with my mouth full here. Let's find some trains here. Let's see what we got going on. Gotta update these schedules too. More stuff coming. Gotta automate a few things. Ah, crap. Going too many over. Ah, frick. Back and forth, back and forth. There we go. That's good. All right. So. Okay, I'm not sure if I want that or need that. Hmm. That's kind of interesting. Well, let me take a look. You know, I don't really need it. At least not that. I do need the sheet still for doing other things, but now, I mean, this one, yeah, this is kind of telling me something's holding at Selkirk. I gotta figure out a way. Some of these trains, like, they hold for practically all day. What that's doing is I think it's waiting for empties. It brought some loads from the Boston area. Now it's waiting for empties to bring over to the Toledo area for different auto racks. So it just sits around in Selkirk all day. This is switching, and then it waits for a crew in the evening so that the auto racks can get switched, which is why I need to get it out of town, basically. I'm not even too sure what time it leaves at. I'll leave this for now. But the current locations aren't as critical so much. I suppose they are, but I don't know. I suppose it's as critical to get it in here to at least make a list from, if that makes sense. I wouldn't mind calling it up, doing it like a call up, like a link or something like that. Even if I call up the train by train number. Problem is some of them are repeats and they have different days, and I'm not sure how I would do that. But anyways, I'm gonna work off of this just because it's a little bit easier for me to work off of as far as where things are coming out of. But once the session begins, I don't think I need this other than this area actually, and this I kind of want to throw into the hump or some kind of yard control thingy majiggy, which I'm still working on. There's so much that I want to get added in. Okay, so he's at. Wait a minute. Hold on a second here. 6:20. Okay, that's tonight. All right, so he's supposed to be. It says 15 on the thing, I think. Or does it? Yeah, it says 6:15, but he's at 6:20 departure. I didn't add the passenger times on this. That's something else. And then the cool thing is, once you've added to the work orders and then it comes around again, you're able to just, the work orders are already in place, so it's really cool. So let's see if P236 is available. Yeah, 820, 845, which is correct. 820, 845. So what I'll do, eight 828 to 45. What I'll do is I'll go back into managing the session. I'll go to the bid board. Now it says 6:15 p.m. is the call time, but it's 081 or 0820 sim. Proceed signal indication towards New York, making all stops, including Hudson at 8:45. I think it is 8:45 sim. Whenever I put sim there, that's just the sim changes. So now that's in there. When you go into the crew thingy majiggy, you'll see it. Blah blah blah. Okay, so that is for me. My note there is just the spawn. I might keep this in here actually. So he's a 702. Now I gotta cheat. I'll come back to him in a minute. ML403 is probably going to be a whatchamacallit. Love the terms I'm using, whatchamacallits, and but I'm gonna go through the spawns. P63 is another one. Okay, there we go. So he's at 920 as well, so that's a spawn. And yeah, we'll put a green, but I don't know why it's red. It's just what it was before. So for that, I will put in these times. First of all, I'm going to cross-reference it with the other guys here. I want to find a ooh, 63. Where are you? Oh, this is the other side. Dang it. He's a westbound. Why don't I have it? I should have. No, these are eastbounds. Yeah, that helps. Okay, I've only done the westbound for cross references, so I'm screwed there. I gotta go ahead and change this one as well. P63. Oh, there's a P236 I have in there as well. How come I don't have 236 listed on there? It's right there. Oh, I just did 236, didn't I? Yeah, I did 236. I'm thinking of 280. Never mind. P63. Let me go back to that. So this is just information that is extra stuff that I wouldn't have to do normally, but it makes the experience, the more information that you can give to the user, the better their experience. And somebody might, you know, be very interested in running that because of that, because there's that extra, you know, there's that extra cool stuff that they have to you know, try to stay on time, stuff like that. And it's difficult to stay on time, I find. At least the sim or the sims are, or the AIs are. I find they're right around that particular time frame. So, okay, so that's good. That's a build. I'm not going to do that one just yet. Right now I'm just looking for what I know is spawnable. 290 is another one at 1010. We don't have 290 in there, huh? Really? I don't see it either. What, did I run out of room? I got 288. Why don't I have a 290? Or where did I get it from? Oh, here it is. It's a Monday to Friday train. Out of Huts, or no, I don't see it. So 290 is another one. Yeah, I'll call it like 236. I'll load that and then I'll save it as 290 as well. Wait a minute. Oh, he's coming from, no, 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 no. Hold on a second. Hold on. Hold the phone. That ain't him. That's the, I don't know what train that is, to be quite honest. That's one of the ones that come out as CP. Which could explain why I can't find him. I thought he had some of those in there for some reason. Yeah, it's Ethan Allen. It's going the opposite way. Okay, let me do that. I want to get this train because I think it is the Ethan Allen, but I want to load that one. Okay. So that's what the Ethan Allen looks like. I'm going to put this one up at CP, so this is how I do that. Okay, so I'll go here, Control F1, just like I do the other ones, copy the player train. So he connects with Boston, apparently, which is interesting. I don't know much about the Boston connection. I haven't simulated it. Maybe I have to start looking into that, to be quite honest. Like I said, I'm still learning some of this stuff, so. Okay. So let's put ourselves over on CP rail here. Okay. Well, that's cute. Well, you can start them way off in the grass here. Yeah, I'd rather have the ability than not, right? Okay, so when he comes in, he's going to be on this main here, which puts him right into the station track, which is where I want him. Perfect. All right. So this will be a fun train for some people who may want it. Others may not. You're gonna have a hard time finding it too. Because I'll make it fun to find. Give it as much of a run as I can, huh? So now I'll place the train here. Now, hopefully, there's no issues with curves. We had that problem happen when we were Ying or trying to Y some power in Albany. I don't see that being an issue. These curves look pretty good, but Albany was having issues. I think we're okay here. So I don't know much about the connection here. But this is 90. Or, yeah. This is something. So I'll make that P290. I'm not going to put the times into here. I'll just, you know, it is what it is. I'll save this over here as I don't know what the days of the week are. It says Monday to Friday. I'll just put CPSB. I don't know. Spawn point. Oh, do I want to put all that stuff in here? Not really. Monday to Friday at... Yeah, I'll put it all in, just because I'm a goof. Alright, so 10:17. $10.50. So for you guys that want a shorter Amtrak run, this is a good one to get. 10:05. Blah blah blah. 10:05. Did I say 11:01? 11:05. Perfect. 11:31 Hudson. So I'm not sure about the Boston connection. And what that does is I'll save that as P290. Did I save it in the tab? I don't know. I can't see it. Probably not. Oh, I did. It's that lime green yucky thingy. There he is. Okay, good. Perfect. Well, I'm glad we're getting the passenger trains in. I really am. Because I want to see them. So spawn. I definitely want to see them. I think they're cool. Why is this thing so freaking long here? There we go. So P69 is going to be another one. Oh, did I didn't even put the times on my site, did I? Idiot. Well, here you go. Very, very simple how to do it. Look at that, I still have it in. I won't even put the not sure about the Boston connection. So I'll copy that, just like that. Make it nice and simple. Go back over here, over to my passenger 290, and I go into here. And then just like that, boom. Submit the changes, and that's done. And then that saves for every other train that I spawn from there from here going forward. Kind of neat, huh? Okay. P69 is going to be the next one. And I'm going to spawn it because I want to copy all that information. Do I have P69? Awesome, I do. Okay. I saw it there. Let me go back to it. This saves me from copying it all out too. I can't copy it? Or Jesus Murphy. I guess not. That's not what I wanted to do. Okay, let me delete that for a minute. Why can't I copy it out? I somehow did it, and then now I can't. Oh. Are you kidding me? Oh, there we go. Well, that works. And as long as those are true, I'm not sure if they are or not, but I'll double check those with what I have. Let me delete that now. And I go over to the site. Assuming all of this is true, it's call times at 8:15 p.m., which puts us at, yeah, looks about right. It'll be 10:20 a.m. by then. So you see, you just copy and save the data, and boom, populate your data, and boof, that's it. Okay, I'm getting there. So 3:33. Man, it's gonna be tight tonight to get all these trains in. I better, let me double check to make sure. This one here, ML403, I got a funny feeling that's not a spawn. I don't think I have the MLs. No, I don't. Okay. So ML403 will be a, should be a, what do you call it? So I call that an AI spawn because I'm using the AI system. Everything else here is a build. No, Niagara Falls, this one. Okay, so this is a, so that should get my build train to depart. Okay, I don't mind it being a little bit longer, I just don't want that to come off my screen. There we go. So build train to depart, and that and that. So that brings us down to 3 trains, the 3 inbounds. Niagara Falls, I don't know where the other ones are from. CP296. So we got 2 from CP296. Let me do the Niagara Falls SE one first. I think I can do it in the next couple of hours if I'll, or half an hour I should say, not a couple hours, you idiot. No, I had it right the first time. AI traffic generation, spawn points. We go down to CP293, which is close enough to 296, mixed freight. And I forget there was a Niagara Falls, yeah. Alright. Spawn that now. Then I gotta go chase it. Okay. So I go all the way down to departures here. Alright. Looks like I'm coming around to where I had these set up properly ahead of time, so that's a good sign. From Niagara Falls and Buffalo. Okay, this does have the multi-levels. See, and I already have everything set up already. So that's good. So Selkirk multi-levels, and then Selkirk, so we're good here to go. And then I have my thingamajig here to build it. So what I will do is I'm going to turn this guy around. So get him. Oh! Do I have another train out there somewhere still? I thought I got rid of him. Oh, I'm gonna relinquish him first. Oh boy. I need some air. Thank you. Okay, he's mine. And then we will copy player train. Boom. Get out of my face. Thank you. I will reverse this last CSX just to make it easier when we're in Selkirk to move power around. Woo, we got lots of cars on here. I forget if this is a. Okay, he's the first. The multi-levels are in the first block. They are? It says it is. It doesn't say it's at the end. It says first block. It's right there. See, that one doesn't, which makes me nervous. When I see multi-levels on the last block, I think of empty auto racks. But they're going to Selkirk. I don't know. I put empties there because I was like, yeah. But these are loads, so we'll get them up onto the top. Alright, so we got that. Bring them to the top. Auto racks, auto racks. And yeah, I'd love to get version 2 of RTS started, but you know, I don't have the time, and neither does others right now, so that's just the way it is. I have the time, but I want to do other things too. I want to have fun. I've done enough creating and setting this all up the way I want it, so I just want to have some fun right now. So that's the way it's going to be. And I know other people want to have fun too, and they can't. I have the ability to have fun, so not everybody has, so I feel for you. Let's go here. Let me see if I can. I might have to put it here for temporarily to get the auto racks in line with the other ones. I think that's the last auto rack. You guys see any more? I don't see any more. Alright. Okay. So, I don't want to place it there. I want to go over to my usual spot. Give it a little bit of a run coming in. That's the only reason why I put it there. The spawn locations, as I've mentioned before, are great locations for those that are just using the system for just spawning stuff up and in randomized modes. But I started switching my right around the time I was talking to Mikey, I was starting to switch my. Oh dang! Wow. All right, Gotta go back further. How about that one? Does it like that? There we go. He likes it. And then we'll go to the tagger. And I'll make sure these guys are loaded. Those other auto racks. Everybody else can stay empty. Oh, I gotta do the tags. I actually got to do the physical tags, so. Okay, here we go. So, I'll get into this for a minute. I'm going to be changing these. I'm going to be updating these very soon because I want to. I started realizing that I'm going to run into a little bit of a issue with some of the logistics, but there's a lot I want to change. There was a lot I was going to change today if it wasn't so sunny. And see, now the clouds are coming out. Yeah, figures. Well, it should be nice enough anyways. Who cares? 93, I think, was... Wow, this thing's a huge one. Alright. Nice size train. And, of course, more auto racks for Selkirk to absorb, which is great. We just gotta get working on it. Let me just double check if it's 93. I don't want to copy and paste anymore. Let's see. It is. Perfect. Okay, let's start with this one. I don't know if we're going to get all the ones we want in tonight. 66, 66. Like I said, this gets very busy for me. Sundays are never a bore anymore. I used to sit here, feel sorry for, you know, not myself, but my situation, I guess. You have so much fun with your kid, and then you don't want to. You feel guilty about having fun, but you don't really have that much fun things to do like you did with your son, and then, you know, it was just a downer. The big change for me, Friday I got my 1 year anniversary where I'm working. I'm still a little tight on money, despite, you know, I got a raise and everything as well. I'm still a little tight on money. That's okay. I think I'm making the changes I need to make. But it used to really be tough for me to go back to work on a Monday. It isn't anymore. It hasn't been for a very long time, actually. This job, I've been nervous a few times because, you know, you get that new nervous thing, but I've never felt underappreciated or any type of that feeling where I work. I feel like I am appreciated. I'm one of the team. It's a small team, but you know, and hopefully this job lasts. It's not going to be from my choosing. It's going to be something external. I'm sure that if anything does happen, but I think it's pretty secure. I've thought about that. I've thought other jobs were secure in the past too, and they don't always work out that way. It just has, you know, there's a lot of unknown factors that come into play, and I know there's people out there still looking for jobs, so I consider myself very fortunate. I only work 35 hours a week. I actually like it at 35 hours a week from a comfort standpoint. It's just trying to get used to that many hours. So it's not so much the hours. I mean, I love the fact working 35 hours a week and having a 1 hour lunches. It's fabulous. What ends up happening is money-wise, you take a bit of a hit because you're only at 35 hours. Even when you get raises, even when, you know, you're making pretty good money and everything, you do take a hit, especially when you live on your own and you don't share expenses with anybody. Okay, so what do we got? 4, 3, 4. Nothing for 69. I thought we had some 69s in there. Well, maybe not. Okay. 5, 5, 1, 2, 2, 1. Nothing for 12. 10 for 17. 1. 6, 1, 6. Nothing. 1, nothing. 2, 2, nothing. 1, 3, 4, 3, nothing. 4, 4, 6, nothing. I see a pattern here. I hate to say it, I see a pattern here. Just seems that way. I don't know. I just detect little patterns every now and then, and that just feels patternish to me, but it is what it is for now. It's random enough. Okay, so let's hope I'm wrong, because that'll come into play later on, as we found out when we started running trains on the AI. I don't think anybody else has found that out about anybody has really found that out more than the people who've run California RTS. We found that out. Once you run so many cycles and you start running the random and you just rely totally on the random trains, you're gonna see a noticeable pattern start emerging, and it's, you know, I used to try to look at it as, oh yeah, well, in the real world, you know, and that's what I was told. Well, in the real world you can have, you know, busy spikes, and yeah, that's true. I anticipate that, just like these, you know, your little busy spikes here. So you're going to have some randomness, but at the same time, with randomness, you should have a means, like a random average mean that pretty much evens itself out. And if it doesn't, over time, then you know something's wrong. And you start noticing those patterns the longer it goes, and especially when trains get spawned, you know, 2, 3 trains in a row when you got 200 to choose from, and the random system says, here, have another one. No, have another one. No, I insist, have another one. Yeah, okay, sure, we can handle it at Barstow. Sure, we can. So, okay, let's get this train to go. I gotta quit yapping. Got stuff to do here. Okay, so let's start with that. 66, 61, 61, 61, 74, 74, 78, 78, 66, 66, 66, 68, 68, 68, 68, 15, 49, 14 at 24, yep. 17, 17, 17, 18, 21, 27, 27, 21, 40, 40, 17, 17, 70, 17, 17, 78, 66, 18, 18, 18, 23, 23, 26, 62. Whoops, I better check where I am. Oops. There's my double check. What happened? Now, let's go back here. 24 is at 14, which it should. To 3 17s, 18, 21, 2 27s, 21, 2 40s, 2 17s, a 70, 2 17s, a 78, a 66, an 8, 3 18s, 2 23s, and a 26 is at 48. What the hell am I doing wrong? Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Dang it. Yeah, that sucks. Okay, I gotta work my way backwards. I was missing one character here. I had the window off the screen and it screwed me up. Alright, what do I want to do? Do I want to work my way backwards? I think I will. Nah, I'm not too sure about that. Let's just start it from scratch. Who cares? So I'll go to 25. Oh, pain. Yeah, well. 59, 17, 17, 17, 18, 21, 27, 27, 21, 40, 40, 17, 17, 70, 17, 17, and I'm lost. Okay, 78, 66, 18, 18, 18, 23, 23, 26 at 48. Now we're good. 26, 62, 62, 62, 59, 14, 23, 23, 64, 64, 41, 41, 32, 32, 76, 70, 70, 70, 26, 27, 70, 41, 41, 53, 72 is at the 73rd, yep, 26, 26, 64, 17, 17, 17, 21, 62, 55, 55, 62, 62, 78, 78, 67, 74, 26, 32, 32, and 74. We're good. Whew. Man. And, yeah, what am I doing? What is this, NFSE? Okay. I don't know if I'm going to make it through another train. This sucks. Maybe I'll go out now and try to rush through this later and come back. I already got 2 more trains to do, but then I gotta go through after tonight and be able to continue. So otherwise we're good. There's a whole whack of crap I want to automate still. I just, like I said, I don't have time if I want to run the schedule. I'd have to actually eliminate a session, and I'm not doing that. Not at this point. Okay. So yeah, I think I will stop it for now. And I will come back on. I may finish this up on my own, just so that I'm not yapping. I just concentrate on what I have to do, and because I get too easily distracted when I start talking about different stories and all that stuff. But I'll get these 2 trains in, then I will come on. I may put the server on. I'll check in. Actually, I'm going to check in right now at where we're at, because I did want to reboot. Actually, I'll kill this right now. So I'll kill the simulator. I want to take a look at where we stand. So I got to build 2 more trains, and we are on May the 7th from 8 to 12 on Monday, June the 22nd, 1998 is the simulated date. We're looking pretty good for startup tonight, so it should be fine. Yeah, I'm going to go out for a walk now. 154. Let me just take a quick look over on my homepage here, or not my homepage, I'm sorry. My apologies. It looks like my homepage. It's got all Selkirk stuff on it. Go into the op session, see if anything else has changed. I don't see any new crews. Jerry's still not online, but that's okay. I'll mention it to him to do that. It's not a big deal. All you do is you go in and you say, you know, boom. Actually, I'll mention that to him. I'll mention that to him right now. I'll go into the Wikia site. Oh, we got Tom working on some A-line stuff. So when going as spare board, it's now showing for all active and what you're interested in, etc. Only thing you have to do now is on the day of the session, go in and check in. Okay. So yeah, 3:57. I'm going to call it for now. I'm going to reboot my computer, get all that set up for tonight. But no, that's pretty much it. So my bandwidth's pretty good now, right now too. So I'm going to try to keep providing this content. Hopefully, there's some other servers that come up that can distract me and keep me from doing what I need to do. Seriously. It gets tiring to do this. This part's easy. This is getting very routine now, but it's still a little bit of a work to set up every session and make sure that everything's going. And then the dead days allow me to get through do other stuff as well. So, but yeah, we're looking good to go. And yeah, this is with the call board. It refreshes every 40, 60 seconds or whatever. So this is what it's looking at right now. Myself and Jerry will be on at 6 p.m. Eastern tonight, running, and there is plenty to go. There will be 3 trains that are ready to leave at these locations: CP246, CP218, and CP196, and then following times 6:15 and onwards for the remaining 4 hours. There will be, actually, for the next 2 hours after 8:15, there won't be any spawns. So there will be just whatever's there, and then we'll have to wait until the next session for the next 4 hours. So we'll run from 6 p.m. Eastern to 10 p.m. Eastern tonight. All the information is here. If you have any questions, feel free to check out the Wikia post there. And hopefully we'll see you guys. Whoever is interested in running, if you just want to come on and check things out, you're welcome to do so as well. As far as I know, you can ride aboard trains and stuff like that by all means. As far as I know, it's not an issue. Hopefully we can make that available to you as well. But we want to keep the questions to a minimum once we're running the sessions. This isn't so bad. When there's only 2 of us, it's not so bad, but I don't want to have a flood of new people coming in asking questions. Go to the Wikia, don't be lazy. Go to the Wikia, post a message. I don't care if you're anonymous or whatever, just ask questions now, so that when everything starts, it doesn't get too chaotic. And then if you have concerns, or you have suggestions, or if you don't know why this is or that is, this is when we deal with this in between time, because I have time to check my emails and the forums and all kinds of stuff during the week. When I start up on a weekend, I'll check my forums, I'll do that. Man, it's sunny out, I gotta get out here. So it's 4 o'clock, I'm gonna run now. But anyways, just wanted to say that, and I will be back on. We're starting in 2 hours. I'll probably be back on here maybe in another hour and a half or so, just prior to the session, around 5:30, 5:45 or something like that. So that's it for now. I'll see you later this evening, and have a good one till then. See ya.